If you are familiar with maybe the Seth Rogen version of this, you might not be as excited, but a great pulp classic is possibly coming back to the screen again. The Invisible Man director is eyeing a Green Hornet film over at Universal. Now, I think this is pretty exciting stuff personally because the most recent 2011 film wasn't quite what I expect for Green Hornet. And I think that's the most recent flavor of this franchise that most people have. So they have a very different idea of this. And bringing in Lee to do this after Invisible Man, which was bone-chilling. That was a horror movie that I saw and terrified me.
When I saw Invisible Man, I wanted to be a woman because I would have been that much more terrified.
Oh my gosh, it was horrifying.
I was like, man, if I was a woman watching this, I would want to. My skin would be crawling.
Oh yeah, because it's everyone's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
It's the absolute worst.
And really well done.
So well done. So to have him at the helm and bring this back to that kind of pulpy goodness, bring in that noir, I think is very, very exciting. Let's see what the folks at Deadline have to say about this. So execs have been meeting with directors over the past couple of weeks, but insiders close to the meetings felt as soon as Wannell threw his name in the mix, he had the edge as the studio has wanted to get back in business with him after he delivered Invisible Man to critical acclaim and box office success. The studio got a Green Hornet and Kato script from David Koepp earlier this year.
David Koepp.
Excuse me. Thank you. Earlier this year, and they are high on, and once a deal closes, the film should be fast-tracked to the pre-production stages. Okay, well, I'm not particularly familiar with David Koepp's work then, since I can't pronounce his name.
I believe he wrote stuff like Jurassic Park, and he's been around for a long time.
Like the OG Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's quite the accomplished writer and director.
That's very exciting. And I love that we are going to have a classic, in theory, Green Hornet and Kato story. Rob, can you tell us a little bit about?
Well, Green Hornet was a character, it was a TV series in the 60s, and the Green Hornet, it's interesting because it was just called the Green Hornet, but I think why it's memorable is, of course, Bruce Lee played his Asian sidekick, Kato, and he kicked ass. And it was very much in the vein of Batman, a crime fighter. They did have a cool vehicle. I don't know what the name of the vehicle was, the Green Hornet.
Idea.
I don't know. The
Hornetmobile.
I don't know. The Hornetmobile. I don't know what it's called. But it wasn't a very long running series, and it's kind of in a way sort of been forgotten. I mean, Seth Rogen, his movie brought the name back. People still don't remember. It didn't run in syndication like the Batman TV series did, so a lot of people didn't grow up with it. But I think the potential to do a new Green Hornet series, depending on how they're going to do it, if it's a period piece, I don't know if it's going to be modern day, but it could be. Look. We need a new martial arts superhero. Because of course my beloved The Raid, or as I like to call it, The Rad, and then The Rad 2, even radder, is like the greatest martial arts stuff of the modern age. But we need, I think, a new franchise that leans into the martial arts of it all could really kick ass.
Do you think this is something that they'll keep as a period piece too, or will they bring it into modern day?
I don't know. I mean, I think when you think back to, I love pulp heroes of the 30s. I love The Rocketeer.
I love The Rocketeer.
I love The Rocketeer, and while it was a little Disneyfied, if you go back and you look at that movie, it's still really great.
It's so fun.
It's so much fun, and it's got a great score and a great James Horner score. And I love Billy Zane as the Phantom. Even though that movie's not the greatest, I still liked it.
I will watch anything with Billy Zane, though. I'm a huge Billy Zane apologist. I love him.
I love Billy Zane, too.
He's great.
And Titanic, I know you're melancholy. I don't presume to know why. But I love Billy Zane. And then also things like when Val Kilmer, there was The Saint. And then, of course, The Spirit that Frank Miller directed, but the less said about that, the better.
Yeah.
But I do love these pulp characters. And look, if they do a great kick-ass Green Hornet movie, I'm still there for that. Why not? But I think it should be a period piece. That's kind of the fun of it.
I think so too.
Making a modern Green Hornet movie that's serious, I don't know how it would work. I mean, to me, when I think about pulp characters, I think about three-piece suits and women with beautiful big hats on and those veils in front of them and long cigarettes, and breathy voices, and they're always up to no good.
That's how I aspire to be. I want to look like a mob wife at all times.
That's right.
But instead, I'm wearing Powerline shirts.
The men are truly bad, but they're usually captains of industry, and they're spies, or they're working for the opposing side, the Axis powers, whatever, man. Bring it on. Bring on the pulp entertainment. We need it.
I agree with that. I feel like that's where everything delicious lives, in that kind of storytelling.
Yeah,
It's
you know,
really leaning into that 1940s kind of sensibility.
Wouldn't that be great if sort of that came back? I mean, I just wear like Boba Fett t-shirts and jeans, but
Yeah.
I would love to live in a world where I wore only bespoke suits and linen and ties, and
I got an idea. Jonathan is Green Hornet.
Ooh.
And guess who? Kato.
is going to be.
Me.
You know what? I was going
And
to say,
you will be the villain.
can I be the villain?
Yes, sir.
Can Chris
I get
be
to be a
my
birthday
my
person?
compatriot?
Chris could be whoever she wants to be.
Oh, thanks, Ray.
But
And really, the reveal would be I would be working for her.
That's true.
We'd all have to
I'd be
dress
the
up.
villain.
yeah.
Yeah. Jonathan, how are you feeling about this? Because you're the one who showed me this story in the first place. How are you feeling about Green Hornet?
I'm excited. I didn't hate the Seth Rogen version because I just figured, well, they're going camp on this. It's fine. Yeah, and I hadn't actually thought about the possibility of a period piece.
Wouldn't
I
it be
just
cool?
assumed this was going to be current, you know. But I'm excited for it. I think more stuff like this does need to get into the cinema. I think it'll do great because we don't have much of it. Like Rob just said, we're it's a little sparse right now of that kind of stuff. I mean, look at stuff like Top Gun. You just veer a little to the side of superheroes and just switch up the action a little bit. I think people are going to go for it.
Well,
so,
just
too.
like you did with Umbrella Academy yesterday, sell me this property. What is this about, basically?
Well, it's about a well-heeled crime fighter saving the downtrodden from the forces of evil.
And is the car play a big part in it?
Yeah, I mean
or-
the car is rad,
Okay.
but the car it's not like a James Bond car, but it's a cool car. You know, it's a cool vehicle, but it doesn't go underwater like the Lotus Esprit and Spy Love Me.
Is there anything that makes this different from any other buddy cop sort of movie?
Yeah, Bruce Lee, kick-ass martial arts. That's right. I mean, that's, and I think, but that's actually, you just played the part of the studio. You know, you walk in, you have to pitch a studio, and why should we make this movie? And I don't quite know if I did that, but if you're saying, okay, that means the pitch is good. You're going to greenlight my project, and so do I get my money?
It's only because I don't know anything.
We got to
about
talk to
the property,
Zaslav
so-
on that one, but we'll get back to you.
Yeah, talk to Zaz.
Our people will talk to your people.
I just got Zaz left.
Well, guys, the question is up for you. What do you think of a Green Hornet film coming to Universal? Are you excited about it? Do you not even know who the heck the Green Hornet is? Read some pulp novels. It's great. Let us know
Don't
your...
say read novels.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
could
get into trouble. I get into trouble with that.
Let us know your thoughts about this in the comments down below.
We want to thank
All right,
the
guys.
sponsor of today's video, Me Undies. Guys, it is summertime, which means you got a lot of great fun plans, but make sure part of those plans is wearing Me Undies. Because Me Undies wants to make this summer the most comfortable one that you'll never forget, because when you're living your best life in the summer, the last thing you want to worry about is butt sweat and junk swamp. Listen, when you're feeling comfy and feeling good, you're more present to enjoy all your summer plans. It's like science or something. MeUndies has the lightest and most breathable fabrics to keep you cool and comfortable wherever you go. From undies, bralettes and socks, loungewear and swimwear, you can find something for all of your plans. MeUndies also releases new prints all the time, like their limited edition Pride collection. You can match with your partner, friends, or even your dog. Find your ultimate summer comfort in sizes extra small to 4XL. You guys know I have been wearing MeUndies for a couple of months now, and I will never go back to regular underwear. And right now, MeUndies has a great offer for all the viewers and listeners of the John Campea Show. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off. For a limited time, if you sign up for their free-to-join MeUndies membership, you get 25% off your first membership item. So to get 15% off your first order or 25% off your first membership item and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/Campea. That's MeUndies.com/Campea.